preparation different from your other movies?
Completely different. You know, every movie is different. And well, usually I do feature movies. I've done 22 feature movies in my life. This is my third documentary. But when I had the idea, it was everything very easy. It was just a matter of talk with Ignasi and to prepare the structure of his story, because he has so many things to explain. We could do a whole 4 hours movie about his life, and so you have to concentrate everything and to have his complicity. That was so important in the movie. Talk just not only about him and his problems and his family. By the way, his younger son is here. But I would like him to come here with us. Please. And give him an applause, because he's a great photographer. Although being so young, he has done a great work. He has some of his photos are already in the National Portrait Gallery in London. And now it happens that he's in Sweden on a master.
Good timing.
Yeah, and it was wonderful that we came here and he was able to come and be together this evening with you. And well, going back to what you asked me, it was, you know,
the preparation.
The preparation was, you know, I had the idea, I phoned him. I went to his house and we taped a little bit. We recorded, and then I prepared the structure of the film, because I thought, well, there are so many ideas about his life that we have to present. There were a couple of ideas that I thought it was very important. First, the idea of the continuity of creativity in the family that are in, I start with his parents, then it goes to him, and then it follows with his kids, with Bernard and Arnaud too, the other one who's living in London. Both of them, they live in London. And then everything about his life, which is so important, which is a part of our lives too. You know, we have gone through all those years that everything has changed so much, and in many of my films I talk about love and friendship, and you know, the way the families, they have changed so much during the years I have gone. Well, and I thought it was important to order everything and to let him express, not only him and his people to express.
Yes, and that's actually my second question. Someone comes to you and says, I want to do a documentary about you. What was the first thing that went through your head?
Algú ve i et pregunta que vol fer un documental sobre tu i diu, què et passa pel cap?
I'm sorry, I'm speaking Catalan because my English is better. No, it's fine. Bueno, doncs primer miro qui m'ho pregunta, no? I com que m'ho pregunta un amic meu...
First he looks who he answers, who he asks, and it's a friend of him.
Primer penso que s'ha tornat boig, després penso que s'ha tornat boig.
He thinks I am mad, which I am really.
Després penso, bueno, qui llançarà els calés?
Who will have the money?
I després exploto d'il·lusió i me'n vaig tota la tarda, rambles amunt, rambles avall, pensant que no pot ser veritat.
He walks the whole afternoon in the ramblers saying that is not true.
Però el que...
It's not happening to me.
El que realment és important és que primer m'ho demana, també veig qui ho demana, és un gran professional, un gran amic.
What the most important thing for him is that who he asks, who happens to be a good friend, thank you. and a very good professional, thank you again.
Sí, i després que realment el que crec que és molt important, és una cosa que ens plantegem tots dos, que és que la pel·lícula, fent la pel·lícula, podíem ajudar a molta gent. Primerament a mi mateix, però després a molta gent.
Wait a little bit. You said. What I thought, what is going to be very important about this movie is that a movie that can help a lot of people, can be good for a lot of people to be so truthful. And first to myself and then to the others. You know, being sincere and open-minded.
I després, l'altra qüestió és que la pel·lícula no hagués estat possible sense els meus fills, la meva família, els meus pares, tots, perquè cada un s'expressa lliurement i parla lliurement del que normalment no es parla mai, que són els problemes de la vida de cada dia.
And then that the film has been possible because of his family, his kids, and everyone, because
Les misèries.
we're talking about the miseries of our lives,
Però també de les alegries que és
and
viure.
also
No?
the happiness that we're living.
I bueno, jo convido la gent doncs, que això, que li hagi agradat la pel·lícula, espero que sí.
I hope you like
I que
enjoy the
estic
film.
molt content que el meu fill estigui aquí.
And I would like him to talk a little bit because this is the first time.
Cuideu-me'l, que durant 2 anys estarà a Suècia. Cuideu-me'l bé, sisplau.
The first time that he's seen the film on the screen. And I would like him to say something.
Well, I need to say that from my point of view, and it's great to be able to be part of this film with Ventura Pons. I know Ventura Pons through my father. He's a good guy. He always helped me with that I had. And I think this film shows a lot of things that people don't understand about society those days. So that's the thing to discover those things, you know. And my father, you know, it's all about love, people. So it doesn't matter who you are or where you come from. It's just loving people. And I think, I mean, you know, my father and me, we had difficult times in our life. You know, I was 17, it was difficult, you know, and I left home when I was 19. But, you know, it's your father. And father only you only have one, you know, and that's what matters. You need to love people, and that's the only thing. Forget about the establishment of Catholicism and religion. You know, love is not religion. Love is people and loving each other. That's it.
I have one more question, and then we're going to open up the room for the audience. And that's also like you had I saw my feeling of the film is like these different topics, but also like the different people in your life, and that they get the opportunity to speak to you about love and life, and also like really sensible questions. Was this movie also an opportunity for your family to talk about these things, or are you always so open and speaking about everything?
Normally to talk about, but I think it's a very fantastic therapy for always for every family. I think it's not only for my family. I think it's a lot of families in the world have some problems.
I must tell you that we have another family. We are a group of friends that we have been very close for 20 or 30 years. And we said nothing to anyone about making the movie. We said nothing to anyone because I didn't want to interfere them with their thoughts about, you know, because they could start talking about this and that or so on. I said, no, I want my independence, my liberty, my freedom, because what I want to do is to concentrate my work on this portrait. This is a portrait of a man that I think is very brave, and he's very courageous, and he's very sincere, and he has a lot of pleasure to live and to share things. And I think this is something that can help people. This film is, from my point of view, is you know, a kind of polyhedric view to the society that's so complex. We have so many problems within the middle of a crisis. It's not only a moral crisis, it's a crisis of money, values, and so many things. that if you explain it in a feature film, people they can say no, it's not true. And I said, well, life is big.